Hello, this is Jerry Neese for Now Habersham, coming to you from our Now Network News studio here on the downtown Clarksville Square. Now we're talking. This is your go-to community affairs podcast where meaningful conversations spark action and inspiration. Today, we're joined by Barry Church and Katie Deal, and the conversation starts now. Chief, we go back a pretty good ways, so that's why I call you Chief. We've known each other 28 years. If you would, tell us a little bit about the Wreaths Across America. We'll go into further detail later on in the podcast, but tell us a little bit about Wreaths Across America.
Well, first of all, don't go around telling everybody how long we've known each other. But seriously, Wreaths Across America is a program that honors veterans throughout the world, veterans that have given their lives, given their time, given their resources, given everything for our country. And many, many years ago, a young gentleman up in Maine thought that there needed to be a way of honoring the wreath. So he won a trip as a paper boy to the Arlington Cemetery as a young paper delivery boy. And when he was there, he just thought it just wasn't right because they didn't have them. One of his hobbies was making wreaths and selling them, giving them away, whatever. So he talked with someone there that's in charge of Arlington, and they give him a small area in Arlington to place some of his wreaths. And it just more or less caught on fire, and everybody thought that needed to happen. So therefore, it started at Arlington, and it still continues every year. And it's spread pretty much worldwide wherever we have American soldiers. There was a little over 3 million wreaths placed on memorial sites throughout the country last year. Always happens on the second Saturday of December. And so this year, I believe it was the 14th of December in 24. And we have been with the program, and when I say we, Grant-Reeves Post 7720, we've been with the program, just completed our third year. And in that third year, we placed in Habersham County a little over 720 wreaths. I believe the count was something like 725. My goal is that eventually we can have at least wreaths in most of all of the cemeteries with veterans. I'm going to try to start meeting with different churches that have cemeteries and see if they would be part of that program. We've used several churches, Victory Church, some in Bethlehem Baptist Church. We've done Cool Springs Methodist Church. And so we hope to see that grow, because my goal would be to see a wreath on every veteran's graves in the county, because they deserve that honor, especially during the Christmas season.
All right, well, we're going to move right along about the concert that's coming up. Katie, can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved in the concert that's coming up in March?
Well, hello, everyone, first off. Well, Barry, of course, he got me involved. And I met Barry at now Piedmont University. It was Piedmont College at the time, because I was working in the alumni office there not long ago. And he came in to talk to me about his wife's book that she'd written. And we got to talking and just hit it off. And they are like family to me now. So when Barry asks for you to do something, you make it happen. And so he asked me a couple years back to come sing the national anthem for the Wreaths Across America that they did in Cornelia. And I came out there, found out what they were doing, thought it was great. And he approached me. I don't know. It's been a while. He's been trying to get a concert going for a while. And just recently he contacted me and said, hey, I think it's time to do that fundraiser. So that's how I got involved, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Habersham County and that whole area is what I consider my home forever. I moved to Virginia earlier this past year, and I'm sitting here talking to you with my snow boots on because we got about a foot of snow yesterday or Wednesday night. I'm looking forward to coming back down south a little bit.
Well,
it was cold up here right now.
It was 17 degrees here this morning. We just didn't get any snow. But let me tell you.
Never mind. I'll stay here for a while.
But let me tell you about Katie. The morning that she did the national anthem for us on our very first wreath laying, it was brutally, brutally cold out there at the cemetery, our Veterans Memorial Cemetery. Never heard her sing, didn't know she could sing anything. But my thought was when she finished that song, as cold as it was, I said, if this girl can sing this good in this kind of weather, she's got a fantastic voice. The first time I ever heard her was over at the Ritz in Toccoa, and she can make Dolly Parton look like an amateur.
Well, there you go.
Tell people on Broadway that.
Hook me up and I will.
Well, tell us, both of you, tell us a little bit about the upcoming concert.
Go ahead, Katie.
Okay, well, I'm really excited. It's called Real Deal Country, and it's a show that I wrote for people that really know who I am and who like real deal country music. I'd add a lot about, and I customize it for every show. But I add a lot about my growing up in Northeast Georgia and in the country. And I put a lot of songs in there that inspire me and that have been part of my life growing up. So a lot of funny stories. I tell on my dad a lot. He always gets embarrassed when he sees me do this show. But it's fun. And we'll have some Barbara Mandrell in there, Perdberry's request, by the way. And a couple of new original songs. I'm actually going to add one that y'all have never heard before. So nobody's ever heard before. So I'm excited about that.
Okay. Tell me about where and when will this concert be held?
It will be March the 7th at Habersham Central. And Central has been real gracious in helping us do that. I met with Mr. Greer out there and Katie over the phone, and we talked. And pretty much the deal was consummated just in one visit to Central. They've been real good about this. But again, it'll be March the 7th at 7 p.m. at the Auditorium at Central. And we're just excited about this because we feel like this will be a way that we can do some fundraising for the Wreaths Across America and for Post 7720. It gives the people an opportunity to be able to come to a good country music show. If you think about it, there's not a lot of venues in Habersham County that can handle very many people. This facility will carry, I believe it's 476 seats, and we're hoping to fill all of those seats and then maybe hang some from the walls. But it's going to be a great show because if you've never heard Katie, you need to hear. But the cool thing is she can do Barbara Mandrell as my request. Mm-hmm. She does Dolly Parton. She does just any entertainer, female, particularly female entertainers. And she does it with style and she does it with grace. The first time I heard her do Dolly Parton, if I had not known that it was her, just the sound, I would have sworn it was Dolly Parton. And I've heard Dolly since we worked there in Dollywood for a few years, but I would have sworn it was.
Oh, thank you.
Well, how much are the tickets?
Oh, the tickets are only $20 a piece, and you go online to katiedeal.com, get them that way. Or if you call any of the members of the VFW, primarily me or some of the auxiliary members, we have the tickets and we'll make arrangements to get them to you, meet you somewhere or whatever. But probably the easiest way would just be go online, katiedeal.com, and $20 per ticket. We wanted to keep the price down so that the people could bring their families, have some good, clean family entertainment, because it shows the quality that she's going to bring when you go to places like Hiawassee or you go to Franklin, North Carolina, you're looking at $45 to $60 a ticket. And the average family this day and time just can't, time to buy for the kids and the whole family just can't afford shows like that. This is affordable, good, quality entertainment. Plus, it's helping a great cause to honor our veterans.
All right. That sounds wonderful, Barry. Katie, this is great. Now tell us, how long will this show last when you start performing?
I think we're doing two acts, right?
Yeah.
Aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
So I typically about 45 minutes or so, depending on how long I talk, and then we take a little break, and I'm sure they've got some things going on at intermission, and then we'll come back for another set for about 45 minutes, and so roughly 2 hours.
Okay.
Of your time.
The key thing is it won't last long enough, because when you get into her shows, you don't want them to quit. You know, it's like eating a fine steak. You just want to keep eating because it's great.
I'll pay you later for that, Barry.
Okay.
Well, I had an experience many, many years ago. I won't say how long, but I had an opportunity as a National Guard soldier to hear Dolly Parton sing. Of course, everybody's been a Dolly Parton fan. This was back in the Romeo days with Billy Ray Cyrus. I'm originally from Eastern Kentucky, so
Romeo.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And it was a cold day. I remember it. It was a benefit concert. I can't remember what the benefit was, but it was a concert that Billy Ray had put together and invited Dolly Parton because of that song. It was a hit song, I believe, in summer of '92. And they had their concert. Well, we had a real bad storm front move through, and the concert had to be shortened. But of that, as a National Guard soldier standing in the rain, parking cars, and you're 23, 24 years old, you're thinking, what did I get into? Well, the next thing I know, after the opening act, they brought all of us in because the crowd was there. So they brought us in, and they said, now you're going to provide security. And they put us between the stage and the barricades because Billy Ray and Dolly were huge at that time. So they had to provide a little bit of protection. And I was standing there and I was facing the crowd. I'll never forget it. And one of the members of the audience pointed and said, you need to turn around. And when I did, Dolly was right behind me singing Coat of Many Colors. So I thought that was pretty neat. So yeah, that's something that'll be in my memory. So you have that to work with if you sing Dolly Parton songs. So
Jerry Dolly's still big.
I know she's very big and does a lot of philanthropy and a businesswoman that is quite successful. We all know her as her songs, but now she is so much more than just a country music singer. So, and here you're doing philanthropy.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's part of what my family does, and it's not a, if I had all the money in the world, I'd probably give it away, but I was taught that you use your talents, you use the talents that God gave you, and the skills that God gave you to help others. And you think, what can I do as a singer? I mean, that's about the only thing I'm good at. And so there's only a few things that I can do, and one of those things is to give back to the people that are doing events like this, who are really doing the legwork, like Barry. And I just try to do what I can to help. But yeah, if I had a position like Dolly's, man, she's amazing. She's just great. And I just got back from New York because I was auditioning for her Broadway musical that I was hoping to get in. I think they probably looked over me, but I had fun anyway, and going to continue to do my stuff. So I think that's just more opportunity for me to keep doing these kinds of shows for my hometown folks who can't afford to go pay $100 or whatever the price of tickets are when she tours, or what the Broadway shows tour is going to cost. So,
well, Katie,
who knows? But
Katie, there's one thing you've got to remember. At one time, Dolly Parton, people would say, I'm going to see Dolly Parton, and they would say, who? So I'm going to make,
Yeah, I know it.
I'm going to make this prediction. At one time, somebody may say, I'm going to see Katie Deal, and they'll say, who? And then in the near future, that's going to be a household name. Katie Deal will be a household name because you're just that good of an entertainer.
Well, as I've gotten older, I've moved into songwriting a little bit more, and so I'm just now starting to share some of my songs that I've written, and so I'm going to do a couple of them in the show, as well as a lot of other folks like Loretta Lynn and Patsy Cline and Tammy Wynette and all those folks. So hope you'll enjoy what we've got lined up for you, and hope you'll enjoy my new songs.
Oh, we will. Both. We'll enjoy what you've got lined up, and we'll definitely enjoy the new songs. Songwriting's where it's all about, because you get that song on somebody else, and you can sit at home and draw the royalties and have fun while it's snowing.
That's right.
That is what I'm trying to do. That is my retirement plan.
Well, Barry, you want to tell us a little bit more about the Wreaths Across America and your experience since you've gotten involved with your trip to Maine. If you could tell us a little bit about that.
We, as I said, we became involved with them, and then I'd always just wanted to go to Maine to look at what the situation was there. When we got there, first of all, they have a beautiful museum of every kind of battle scenes and times from the Revolutionary War to present day. And then they have a Gold Star family home there, that if you're a Gold Star family and you need to come there just to stay for a period of time, you can do that. They also have a cabin remotely located out on what they call their property, where a soldier with PTSD or something like this can come and just relax and chill out and get back to normal, so to speak. They also do quite a few concerts up there for veterans. It's free during the season when it's warm and they can. And they have a stage out in the property. And then these wreaths are being made, and they'll be shipped at a certain time based on the number. Also, another thing they do, which I think is really cool, you can request your dog tags or a family member's dog tags placed on a tree in their property. So all you have to do is go online to wreathsacrossamerica.com and fill in the information. Very simple. It's so simple, I can do it. So if I can do it, anybody can. And they will then make the dog tags just like a standard military dog tag, place it on the tree, send you a picture of that, and send you a certificate telling you the exact location. And I think that's a good, cool thing that they do. But that, when we went, they just treated us like we were family, and really give us a real beautiful tour. It's just a fantastic facility, and it's remotely located almost in Canada.
Wow. All right, real quick, both of you, if you don't mind, tell us what you want people to take away from this conversation and the concert that's upcoming.
Go for it, Katie.
Well, I'll start. Go to katiedeal.com and get your tickets for Real Deal Country, celebrating the Wreaths of America, and on March 7th at 7 p.m. at Habersham Central High School. There is a little service charge that I have to put on there for the processing for the card. So it is cheaper if you buy it in person from Barry or one of the VFW members. But the tickets are $20, and it's all proceeds are going to Wreaths Across America. So, that's what I want you to take away from it.
Okay. All right, Barry.
What
just
I'd
real quick.
What I'd like for them to take away is when they walk out the door saying, dang, that's the best $20 I ever spent. I've had a good night of entertainment, a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed myself, and I've helped a worthy cause. If they come away with that, then I think we've been very successful.
Well, thank y'all. We want to thank Barry Church and Katie Deal for informing the community about the upcoming benefit concert for Wreaths Across America. Again, it's going to be Real Deal Country. It's going to be Friday, March 7th at 7 p.m. at the Habersham County High School Auditorium. Tickets are $20. Mind you, there's a service charge. Everybody's used to that. But we want to thank you all for coming on the show and speaking about the concert that will benefit Wreaths Across America. We want to thank our listeners for tuning in to Now Network News Podcast. Now we're talking.